now on, you lead.
Okay. All right. Well, so we're looking at the globe at large. You can go severely within yourself to find your individuality. Leo, the center, the sun, the actually that would be masculine energy. Leo is masculine energy. So
Suffice to say, is it the right side that's more masculine, or the left side of the astrological loop?
no, it goes masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine. The earth and water signs are feminine, and the air and fire signs are masculine.
Okay.
So emotions down to earth.
Do you think you might be able to describe this in terms of Star Trek? The Klingons being...
I don't remember all the names of all the characters in Star Trek.
Okay, there's Klingons, Romulans, and Federation. Suppose the Klingons are the Earth signs, and suppose the Romulans are the water signs, and suppose the Federation
Let's do this.
is the air signs.
Here is a male, and here is a female. Now, let's analyze their zodiac. We'll have conversations. I'll be the penis guy, and you can be the vagina person. Okay. So, hey, what's up?
Hey.
I want to lure you into my car and interrogate you.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm highly medicated and want a lot of caffeine.
And
I want to rape you.
How would simply having more energy lead you to rape?
Because I feel like it. Because I said so. Now don't ask any questions. Get in the car. In fact, I'm going to put these handcuffs on you. I'm going to put you in the back of my car. I'm going to beat you.
Okay. And why do you want to do that?
Shut up and don't ask any questions. I'm driving. You just watch the road. Actually, you can't see anything. You don't know what I'm doing. You don't know what I'm going through. I'm going to put the blindfold on and take off your clothes. In fact, I'm going to put you in a crate.
So you're 100% testosterone at this moment, right?
Well, you got to be the female. See how you would react to all these things that I'm telling you. What are you going to do? Take off your clothes.
I suppose
get in the car. I'm going to put you in the crate.
Okay, I suppose I learned a rape aggression defense class, so I do karate, so I can easily disable you and call the police.
So, okay, which protects you from your own sexuality.
And then it also makes you look bad, and you're going to jail.
But yet, people insult you, and you just sort of take it. And then on yourself, you're very hard, which makes
So why
sense.
do people shame me, and why do I shame myself?
Because you want the girls to call the police. You don't really want to get close to them. You want to make their life a living hell like yours are.
I want them to be strong.
You want them to be strong and away from you, so that they're ever distant.
No, actually, I simply didn't understand the difference between romantic and sexual love, because for most women that approached me, it was about wanting to keep their distance and only help me as if I was a problem in society. And so they got...
So why do you want to be a problem?
So they got their seal of certification, and they said, this is how I love you, I'm here to help you, and you're a problem.
Which is what they told you in Catholic school.
Absolutely.
So now let's say this girl never went to Catholic school. She just has a point of attraction that she's with a friend who's a gloomy downer. And you walk up and you say something.
She wouldn't ask questions. She wouldn't question it at all. If she liked me, she'd go with me, and
in the crate. You attire hands up, and put her in a crate
No.
and blindfold her.
I see what you're saying. So I'd have to give some kind of context as to why this was a legitimate relationship.
You almost said legitimate rape.
I said relationship.
So you see relationship as rape. Is that how your parents' relationship started?
It's almost like betrothal, if you will. So a church or a church official like a priest or like a rabbi or something like that has to put a seal of certification on it. Both sets of parents have to approve it. All this type of things. Like
Chivalry.
yeah, chivalry. You got it. You got it. Just like Hindu. Just like
Now,
some of the Mennonites.
I know somewhere within you, because I can tell, you know what all these words really mean.
And I really would seek true love.
Mm-hmm.
But the question is, why does the woman see friendship with me as the deeper relationship? Because I've got the context already. I already want to take her on a trip. She doesn't want to go on a trip. She doesn't want to start at Sagittarius. She wants to start at Aries.
Well, you want to start at Sagittarius.
Okay, Aries, the fitness center. Okay, so we all go to the fitness center.
No, I'm not going.
And we all strive for to be the winner of the race, if you will.
Okay, yeah.
And there's something asexual about going to a gym.
No,
we're all trying to gain muscle and just kind of ignore that we're male and female and.
No, most people at the gym are pretty cognizant of their femininity or masculinity.
But superficially.
To me.
They're cognizant of it superficially. They know what a female looks like. They know what a male looks like because the culture has told them this thing is a female and this thing is a male, and they experience something even if the labels aren't there.
So it's a form of training.
So it could be like Marfan and Marklar, if you will, a rose by any other name.
It's a place of practice.
Yes, a place of practice. Well then, what comes after Aries? Taurus. So what happens in Taurus?
You get something to eat.
No, we get good figures.
Okay.
We get good figures, and then we're attracted to each other, and then what happens after Taurus? Gemini. Okay.
You meet your twins.
Yes, we meet our twins, and we find.
So all the people going to that gym sort of have a common.
So it's like Gemini
even if
is
it's hidden in a mountain.
You're another type of me. You're another type of me. So why would either of us do harm to each other? We can only do good for each other because we see we're another of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then after Gemini comes Cancer. And so the setting up of the home, I think that's where the relationship seems to break down because in America you must, in general, have a car and a house and a good professional job making over $30,000 a year.
Let's call the concept of home this one, comfort.
So she's not yet ready for a baby yet because she's not in the Virgo stage, right?
Well, she's ready for the baby in Scorpio stage. Well,
if she has a Scorpio planet.
Cancer stage. Everybody has Scorpio planets. That's what I figured out. I used to say, is anybody more sexual in this moon side? I've learned that has nothing at all.
So somebody who wasn't born with a planet in Scorpio will get it transiting, and then that's the time they're supposed to mate, theoretically.
They're supposed to, they have access to the whole zodiac, whether they have a planet there or not. They'll find the smallest asteroid to hang on to.
Fair enough. So, okay.
So let's go back to our situation again.
So let's go back to a non-churchy Cancer. So what would be the non-churchy Cancer? Not the
a mother who cooks food for the town.
At which degree is that? Okay.
15 people have voted and eaten and enjoyed it. 15 Cancer, which is heavily through.
Okay. Well,
and then last of Cancer is the daughter of the American Revolution.
So we're saying
liberation.
All right, but of course, let me just tell you what it would be within the church. In the church, it would be a church picnic, and then
the church picnic is Pisces.
Okay, well then it's a confusion between Cancer and Pisces. So then that last degree of Cancer, daughter of the American Revolution, would essentially mean that we all become the bride, but we've also joined the military, the church militant.
To fight for her,
Yes,
to
if you will.
protect her.
But
Keep her
but
safe.
the entire church is her. You see, so they refer to the whole ship as she.
Yes.
And so we cease to be male or female. We all become part of the bigger she, the mother nature, the new mother nature, if you will, the organized mother nature.
Mm-hmm.
So, so then, so then the cooking of the meal could theoretically be done without the church. So, so we're no longer thinking Jesus the provider. We're thinking of one of the society matrons giving up their gossip and instead deciding to let as many people as possible get into hack or get into whatever company happens to be hiring, and has the best jobs.
Mm-hmm. Then the next one,
Okay, after Cancer,
Leo.
Leo. Um,
It's like the Princess Bride, the three monsters that you have to fight to keep up with speed. 15-degree Leo is My Chemical Romance, the Black Parade. Everybody's going down the street, a loud, noisy marching band. How you relate to the fray.
So in the Catholic Church, it would be
and where you are in the parade,
It
how
would
up to
be-
speed you are.
in the Catholic Church. It would have been the Pope representing Christ and his return to power after losing it during whatever European Enlightenment happened back in the 1700s. So
And by the 1700s, you mean the Cancer energy.
I guess
Cancer is the emotion.
So are we? Actually, I think it was the 1800s.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, anyway, does it mean that the non-Catholic society is still operating under the tenets of the Enlightenment?
Maybe yes. They're trying to protect their kids. They're trying to protect their loved ones. They're trying to protect their spouses.
So, if I could say more succinctly, Hicks with sticks. Hicks with sticks will save us from
Let's not use
from
Hicks
the
with
demon
sticks
in the U.S. government.
because it's in the same vibration as steam. So let's not use Hicks with sticks. Fools with dicks, maybe.
Patriot movement. That's what they might call it, or Tea Party.
We can call it country. We can call it geographical location, geographical order.
Such as the nation state.
Yeah, remember when Al Gore and George Bush went at it? They had a concept called Star Wars. So now we're actually protecting ourselves from.
Do they want to be?
people in
Do they
space.
want to be a nation more than a state? They want to be their own nation. They don't want to acknowledge.
Well, the state,
United
the
States.
state is their definition. The nation is in the state. The nation is the inspiration of the state.
Okay. All right. So, what's the regular definition of Leo again?
The regular definition of Leo is fun and laughter.
Fun and laughter. So you mean that's where the sun is at home? Okay.
It's where you shine. But the archetypal patterns based off your point of attraction
Okay.
are going to line you. Okay, so here
Okay,
is
back to
Princess Bride,
Christianity.
the dot, the dot, the dot, and then your Leo task when you hit this wavelength, dot, the dot, the dot, aha. See, this is where you start to
Oh, so
get
it's
on
where
different wavelengths.
so it's where Inigo realizes that his goal is to seek out the man in black. Of course, it's a reference to the Solar Brotherhood, but the idea is that
That's
the man
like-
in black is on a higher vibration than the rest of our good
Who is
fellowship.
the man in black?
Wesley, of course, because he has true love for Buttercup, and she's supposed to be his intended bride.
Okay. Yeah, so this is fighting for and sticking up for the relationships that are valuable to you.
Interestingly, you intend when you believe something is meant to be, like when you're about to graduate college, you file an intent to had to be. So you want to seal it in stone, if you will.
Yeah.
But so let's see here. Where were we again? You said
After Leo.
the fun and joyness. Okay, so the swashbuckling adventure begins. Pirates of the Caribbean. That's a Leo kind of thing. That's a kind of Return of the King kind of thing. Isn't
Okay,
it?
yeah.
So, in other words, they're suggesting Return of the Pirate King by putting out Pirates of the Caribbean.
It's suggesting your point of attraction in line with words like lure and rain.
Well, actually, I see what you're saying, but the pirate's the bad guy. So it would be like, okay, it would be like if your average church going white chick decided to go after a black king. I'll be really graphic.
Yes, 27 degrees of Cancer is an Indian brings home a foreign white woman to the family dinner or something like that.
Oh yes, guess who's coming to dinner? Sidney Poitier. but no gang member there, of course.
Yes, because it's not of the tribe.
Okay, so you're saying
That's
that
why it's going to be a daughter of the
that
revolution.
these tribe
This
and
is the bachelorette.
these tribe and clan kind of things come from where? Where do they come from?
Your
Provincialism?
definitions. State. They come from your state of emotion.
So Leo doesn't have to be the state.
Well, Leo is the ruler of the state, the Lion of Judah.
Oh, so we're suggesting.
Kingship, leadership.
Okay, well, Jupiter's in Leo now,
Mm-hmm.
and it had conjuncted the Sun,
Mm-hmm.
and so essentially we have father and son together, if you will. Jupiter being the bringer of jollity, as Gustav Holst has said when he wrote that piece of music. Oh, okay. So it could be, say the beer butch, if you will. I know that's a bad word to use. Okay, but just imagine, say, and now again I'm getting nationalistic again. The patriots gathering around, drinking their heads off, and then at the end of the meeting in the tavern, they decide we're going to defend this piece of land as their own against the British. What's an organization-free example of Leo?
An organization.
An organization-free example.
Well, Leo is the very process of organizing. So it's like making your matrix fast and strong.
Are you saying that a workers' union, or a Soviet, if you will, is different from the United States government, or the Vatican government, or the British government, or the Chinese government, or whatever group we say is trying to take over?
What was the first one?
I forget what I was trying to say. So we said it was different from the United States government, or whatever whatever fraternal brotherhood was supposedly taking over, or whatever family.
It's your matrix and whatever you call it. So for us, it would be Project Neptune.
Okay, so we're going to dinner on this. So we're eating the same food together. So it's back to eat this scroll.
Yeah.
So in other words, we're eating a script that we've planned ahead, like a future past, if you will.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. And then okay, so Leo, we're making the future past, a history of the future that we expect to go as it flows in our matrix. And then after Leo, what do we got?
Virgo.
So Virgo, we got
The work, the energy, the princess.
Oh, prosper the work of our hands. Yes.
Yes.
The joyness. How do you say this? The joy of expecting this brainchild, if you will.
Mm-hmm. It's also the process, the yes/no energy. So I'm taking this wave bike and let's say going to a family dinner and then going to church and trying to use stuff from this wave bike and integrate it in.
How would
Virgo's process.
How would it be different from, say, the
Oh, and
the
15
workplace?
degrees of Virgo is a fine knit family handkerchief that comes after the family tree. So it's something that makes you cry, something that's sad. It's 15
Oh.
degree Virgo.
Now? Oh, you're saying, oh, that's a cute little pink what's it that we gave at the expecting mother at the baby shower.
Yes.
Okay, I see.
So the next one is Libra.
So,
Libra concerns ascension and
so wait,
balancing.
Virgo's a gift of expectation of the carry out of something. So, if you will, in civil law, it would be like a guarantor of a loan. If you will.
Don't ever use guarantor of a loan.
I know. I'm going back to structuralism again for a moment. Okay, that's Catholicism.
You look a lot
that's
different
Christianity.
when
That's
you
government. That's whatever. Yeah.
when you talk more like a real person rather than going
Okay.
back to school. Like,
Back to school. Back to fraternal brotherhood. Back to yeah.
And Leo's about moving forward rather than calling it a history of the past. Call it moving forward.
Okay. All right. So Leo, then Virgo, then what's next? Libra.
Libra.
Now, what is?
Balancing all this out. Remember, the Scorpio sexual energy, the power force within a person, procreate, transformation, Phoenix rising, Kundalini, sexual transformation.
So, in other words, the general idea of Libra is that justice has come to the world.
Yeah.
Justice is born.
So Scorpio energy is fixed water.
So
that has to do with your emotions. Your Virgo energy. So let's say your fixed water is so high up here, you do this during the day, your process, you're trying to get on this.
Okay, so
by using the balance of Libra.
So
that's why there's compromise.
So in Christianity, Jesus Christ is used as a symbol for the justice that we are bearing after the joyful waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, so we could be bearing social justice, or anything that we saw as justice,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
All right, and then what comes after Libra?
Well, I said Scorpio.
Oh. Yeah. So then,
Scorpio rules the genitals, so it's anything that has to do with your genital relationship, based off of what other people say, based off of how you reflect everything else.
So we're suggesting that. Oh, I see. Just love has to come from within, and it has to mutually agree between the two members of the couple before you can proceed to sex.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And
so when you say lure, that is
that's the wrong idea, because it's not a just love that would stem from a just God.
Yes. Good.
So it's not fair to
I
either
think
member of the
write
couple.
those words down. Just love, just God.
Yeah, there was a song from the ending of each episode of Gundam Wing called "Just Love," and so the girl was enjoying herself, like she was on a safari or something like that, and she really, really, really wants the guy that she'd even say have sex with him eventually, but sex isn't the key there. It's based on
the emotion
they're
of
both,
Scorpio.
They're both in agreement in the type of justice that they're seeking. In context of that particular TV show, they were both seeking justice for the galaxy in a certain way. And she was a diplomat, and he was a Gundam pilot.
Mm-hmm.
So he had the weapon, and she had the voice.
Mm-hmm. So anytime you use that word just, that's what it means, Libra. It means Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, he said in one of his songs, we can buy a house, we can make love, we can have kids, we can do all three. But I don't really care. We don't have to breed.
Exactly, we don't have to breed yet.
So
It doesn't have to be about reproduction. It doesn't have to be about the procreation. Not unless you're Rome suggesting we need to replace the fallen soldiers with a superior soldier.
Mhm.
And then, of course, this is where we also get the whole Captain America idea as well.
Is Captain America? I guess Captain America
Well,
is
look at-
justice on our current
well,
cancer system.
Well, yes, and look at the American flag: white for the purity, red for the blood that was shed, and blue for the control, and stars for the hearts that we won, or the nations that we won.
Mm-hmm.
So it's United States because the state has conquered.
United States of emotion.
Yes, the United States has conquered many nations.
Let's do that. United States of emotion. And imperialism would be the virus.
Okay, so the virus
The virus is bigger.
is the virus killing the United States?
Yes.
Because we have to discriminate between Pennsylvanians and New Jerseyans and Missourians and everything.
Because some
between,
people
right?
play Minecraft or something and they can go that fast.
Mm-hmm.
They can incorporate large bits of data at a larger, like picture it as a processor.
Mm-hmm.
The people pick up can store so much more in the processor that renders any of this not even worthwhile.
Yeah.
So it's killing itself to the extent that the Bolsheviks rise up, which of course is the Sagittarius energy.
Oh, makes sense. And so that's why
Which
the
comes
United
after
States.
Scorpio.
That's why the United States would have the panic button, which forces CNN to broadcast that Sagittarius would move into an evil 13th sign.
Oh yeah.
Excellent propaganda, but no
So
effect here.
Sagittarius points its arch up. If it's a penis, he has an erection. And he's shooting for the stars, or he's shooting for the high mountain, which is Capricorn.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
Sagittarius is the idea of asking questions from all the in-between.
So which mount are we talking about in Capricorn when we say Christianity? Are we talking about Calvary, or are we talking about the Sermon on the Mount?
From Mount Sinai, any definition.
Okay.
And then even in the Book of Revelations, there's another mountain where the 24 emeralds are.
My one friend said about Mount Joy, thank God it's not a command, and that you're not with a person named Joy.
Oh, yes.
As it would be
Or forced
a
joy.
female
Yes. Okay. So Sagittarian idea is running in your own direction, spinning far off where you find questions on the outside. So Scorpio has what could be considered the deep, exploring all that velvet underground.
Okay, so Sagittarius would be, why are we here? It doesn't necessarily have to define.
Why am I here first, and then why are we here? And
But it doesn't necessarily
how
have to define, like, the whole idea of reproduction, because this is not about reproduction.
Well, it's about creativity, which reproduction is a metaphor of.
Yes, reproduction is the metaphor. I'm just saying, I'm trying to move away from the more religious kind of aspect of it.
You consider the birth of people to be religious?
Well, let's say the approved birth of people. So, the approved question. So, usually, the approved question that gets most people's attention, when they decide what church to join, is the "what am I doing here" question. So they use the Sagittarius appeal to get more members in. Then they try to make them feel at home, and then after that they try to strengthen the beliefs in them, and they get hard on them, and then they don't give them what they're expecting. See, you don't need a church to tell you that you're okay to reproduce.
Right.
If you wanted to reproduce.
Exactly.
And you don't need a church to tell you that you have a seal of certification to have sex or fall in love or something like that. You can fall in love without the church's approval.
Yeah.
So let's see.